You're watching the TC MMA podcast.
Then we move into the main event, ladies and gentlemen. You see there in the chat poll, 83% believe Alex Pereira is going to win this fight. I tried to be careful with this prediction as well because Jiri Prochazka is going to be much better than he was in the last fight. And you see here in the dude list, Alex Pereira, number 4, right? Jiri was up there before they fought the last time. He was the champ, then Jamal Hill got it because Jiri was out. Jiri comes back. Jamal Hill eventually is out. Then he comes back and fights Pereira. So does Jiri. They both lose. They're both coming off an injury, so Pereira's looking great. And now you're going to get a much different situation against number 12, Jiri Prochazka, on the dude list. It's going to be a much different situation because Jiri's going to be much better. And I think this fight plays out in a whole different way. I'm not so sure that Jiri's going to win. I don't know. I mean, it really could go either way, but I know Jiri's going to be much better than people think. And we tend to look at the last fight, but in this one, you can't. You just can't because it's going to be a different situation, a much better Jiri Prochazka. So let's get into that pick right now. In the light heavyweight division for the light heavyweight division title at UFC 303, you got Alex Pereira, the current champ, coming in at just 10-2. Sounds crazy. He's got 2 belts. He's just 12 fights in. Takes on Jiri Prochazka in the rematch. Jiri comes in at 30-4. Pereira 1 inch taller at 6'4". He's 36. Jiri's 31, right in the prime. Jiri has a 1 inch reach advantage, 80-79. Both guys stand right-handed. Jiri has a striking advantage slightly, at least in terms of activity, 5.8 to 5.1 significant strikes per minute, and neither guy is really looking to take this fight to the ground. Now, in a lot of other situations, we don't have an actual fight between the two fighters to look at, but in this one we do. When they fought, please remember that Jiri was coming off the injury, and a lot of guys like Chris Weidman and Jamal Hill did not look good in their first fight after the injury, but how did they look in the second fight? Most of the time, and we'll see with Jamal Hill, they look better. Jiri looked much better in his second fight. This will be his third since the injury. But in the last fight, Alex Pereira won by second round KO. Right? He led 38-30 in significant strikes. Jiri had a takedown. Pereira ended up getting out of it. That fight went down at UFC 295. This is UFC 303. So we're just about 7 or 8 months on from that fight. Now, Jiri came back after the loss and beat Alexander Rakic and looked good. KO'd him in the second round. He led 69-58. Also had a takedown. So, you know, that's the thing here. And right, Rakic was coming off the injury. So guys that are coming off the injury, at least in the last year or two, have pretty much all lost that first fight. And then they tend to look better. I expect Jiri to look better in this fight. Is he going to win it? That's a different question. As much as I like Jiri and want to see Jiri get the belt back, I got to be realistic here and go with Alex Pereira. Will I pay for this and be 0-2 in this series? Very possible, because Jiri is going to be much better, no doubt about it. But Alex Pereira is the champ. He continues to beat everyone in front of him, minus 2 people. But in the UFC, he looks almost darn near unstoppable. I like him to win, but this time it's going to be a much closer fight, may even go to a decision. But Alex Pereira wins to move to 11-2. This guy is phenomenal. He'll keep the light heavyweight division belt, in my opinion, here in the light heavyweight division at UFC 303. And it's tough to say that. It's tough to even hear myself say that Alex Pereira is going to win because I would love to see Jiri Prochazka win. But Pereira just seems dominant. I mean, yeah, Adesanya got him in a middleweight fight. It's kind of like Pereira was done with middleweight division. You know, he's moving up where he's stronger. But it's just tough, man, because I think Jiri's got a real shot to win this thing. And what are the odds right now? I see 83% in the chat poll. Right now, the odds are Pereira 1.5 to 1 favorite. Prochazka's almost even. I mean, it's a very close fight. And I think the odds makers know, too, that Yuri's going to be, this isn't the same fighter coming off an injury. Talking about a 1-inch reach difference. Both fight right-handed. Both land over 5 significant strikes per minute. Pereira's 1 inch taller. 36-year-old versus 31-year-old. Prochazka still in the prime. I mean, this is going to be a very, very interesting, much better than people imagine, because we're just thinking, oh, Pereira, finished him the last time. But this time is going to be much different. Make no mistake about it.
He's gon' fight, he's gon' fight. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass.